Welcome to CritterboxTV. In this episode we're going to take you through some of the new animals that we got from the Doncaster Reptile Expo. This guy is JD, and JD is a Jackson's chameleon, and they're a chameleon from East Africa, live in mountainous regions. There are big populations of them, over 3,000 metres. They like it warm during the day, but they like a nice cold drop at night, as it would be in the mountainous regions. They also like it very humid, so quite specialist care when keeping chameleons. This little guy, as you can see, is a beautiful shade of bluey green and turquoise and yellow and all manner of different colours, and it's pretty cool. And the thing that sets these guys apart from other chameleons is those three horns on its nose. And only the males of the Jacksonii have the horns. Occasionally females will have one horn, and I've wanted one of these since I was about 14 years old. And he's about 9 months old, and Jackson's chameleons give birth to live young, as opposed to laying eggs. They gestate for about 6 months and then give birth to anywhere between 8 and 30 live young. He's quite big. He'll grow to about 8 or 10 inches long when he's fully grown. I love the look of them. I love the fact that they look so prehistoric. He's called JD. He was named by our guys on Facebook. A young lady called Kim Butler, who runs a mobile bar in Southport. She named him JD, not after the drink. JD stands for Jacksonii Dream, because it's a chameleon I've always dreamed of owning. And I always said if I had a chameleon I'd only ever have a Jacksonii. They change colour in a matter of seconds. In a matter of a split second, he can go from that colour that he is now to black. But basically the guy is he's exhibiting at the moment very bright colours, which means he's quite comfortable, quite happy. Probably not sure of what colour he should be, because there's nothing really to camouflage himself against. The eyes move about in the sockets, but they're kind of on little pyramids almost, that revolve around. And each eye moves independently, so one eye can be looking up at the sky, just in case there's a bird of prey up there waiting to come down and swoop on the chameleon. And the other eye can be looking at the floor or at the branch that it's walking on, looking for prey. Very simply, they've got a level of cells beneath their transparent skin that have got pigment in. We've got pigment in our skin that allows us to change colour when the sun's on us, and we go red and then we go brown. It's kind of the same under their skin. They've got little cells containing the pigments, and they can actually open and close the cells to allow different colour pigments to flow into the cells, and that's how they change colour.
CritterboxTV quiz. Why is a royal python also known as a ball python? Is it A, they like football? Is it B, they curl up in a ball if they're nervous? Or C, they want to be like Dale, bald? Answers at the end of the show. Okay, this is Stig. Stig is a desert horned lizard, or a horny toad, as they're sometimes known. They occur all down the eastern side of North America, places like Arizona, Utah, North Mexico, some of the deserts of California. He's only a baby, he's only about 6 months old, but they're quite easily recognisable by the very small round head and these big spikes on his head as well. They're generally found near ant hills because they like to eat ants, because they actually thrive on the ascorbic acid that's contained within the ants. We feed him on small crickets that are actually fed nettles, and the nettles are fed because the nettle contains the ascorbic acid that the ants would contain, and therefore he gets what he would normally get from the ants. But yeah, these guys have been known, when threatened, to dig these rather sharp and hard horns into the handler's hand. That's wild caught specimens, by the way, not generally domestically kept animals. And also, when threatened, they can hiss, they puff themselves up. But the beauty with this one is, some species of desert horned lizard are known to actually squirt blood from their eyes to a distance of 5 feet. Oh, this guy actually came from the day after we shot the last episode at DNA Reptiles in Cannock. I took my wife over to see what was over there, and Dale showed me this little guy, and straight away I said, in a box, I'll take him with me. Welcome to Critterish Comments. This is one of my many Critterish journals. As you can see, it's about cats, and I like to flick through this little book, and I also use it to help me design some clothing, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Critterish Comments is a section of CritterboxTV where we answer your questions, comments and suggestions for the show. Sadly, over the last 2 weeks we've had plenty of comments, but only one question, so we're going to talk about that question now. Now, as some of you may remember and may have watched, I hope, our tarantula Fluffy actually shed her skin, or molted, last week, and we did a CritterboxTV special where we showed you the time lapse of her coming out of her skin, and that was amazing. It was fantastic for me to watch, because in 25 years of keeping tarantulas I've never seen a tarantula shed. So here is Fluffy's skin. Okay, let me just show that to the camera a little bit better. Oh, I've gone black and white. Okay, and this little bit here hanging down, that's her abdomen, that's the top of her abdomen, which is a very, very thin skin, which makes them very delicate, because all of their main organs are in that big fat abdomen that they have there. And she popped this tiny little bit off here, off the top of where the legs are, and that came off, and out crawled a brand new spider. Had she lost any limbs, she would have regenerated those during the molt and the shedding process, and the shedding process can take anywhere between 15 minutes and a good few hours. And as you saw probably by the footage, it took about 3 hours for Fluffy to get out of her skin. And I don't know whether we can see these on my camera at home, but can you see those fangs? Just look at those. Ah, scary. So the Mouth on Wheels has asked if a tarantula eats its skin once it's shed because it's full of nutrients and goodness. Well, no, Mouth on Wheels. The tarantula just leaves its skin behind, and you may see many cobwebs in your garage or your shed that look like they've got dead spiders in them, or empty spiders. Well, they are actually spider skins. And what the spider does, it leaves its skin behind, and then it goes off and finds somewhere else and makes a new web. Okay, so they don't actually eat their skin. Geckos, on the other hand, have a big habit of eating their skin, and I think I must be a gecko, because sometimes I chew the skin on my fingers like that, especially if I'm in a bad mood. So there you go. We have the spider skin, which is left behind. We keep that in a tiny little airtight container so it stays nice and fresh, because it dries out really quickly, and we want to be able to take that round and show people who request spiders at events, or when we do mini beast talks at children's school. So thanks, Mouth on Wheels, for your suggestion. Sorry for your question. Please keep the questions coming in, as well as suggestions and comments. No question is stupid. We will answer any kind of question you want, and we'll be happy to give you the information that you're asking for. So please keep those questions coming. All you have to do is comment below the video that you're watching now, or if you haven't got a YouTube account, you can go onto the Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Critterish all sorts, and you can post on there and we'll answer questions, or even the CritterboxTV Facebook page. And the next thing we're going to talk about today is this book that I showed you right at the beginning of the segment. Now, this book helps me with designing clothing. Why would an animal man want to design clothing, I hear you ask? Well, it's very simple, because the Animal Man and Critterish All Sorts and CritterboxTV have started selling merchandise. That's right. From now, you can get Critterbox TV t-shirts for your children, Critterbox TV mugs, Critterish All Sorts shirts, Critterish All Sorts baby girls, bibs, coasters, and we're also going to do a range of products for our animals too, starting with Stoosh. And Stoosh has got hoodies for sale, she's got long sleeve shirts for sale, she's got a mug, she's got a set of ladies pyjamas that say I kissed a skunk and I liked it. Hey! And you can buy them from our online shop, and you can find that at www.cafepress.co.uk/Critterish gear. And we've only just opened that, so we're going to be adding more and more products as we go along. I'll try and add a couple a day if I can. And we're also going to be adding a department for each of the most popular animals. If there are any animals that you would like to see featured in the shop and you would like to buy merchandise for, then please let us know below or on the Critterbox TV Facebook page. And finally, all news shows have one of these segments, and we're no different. So our final bit is the competition that we launched in episode 8, inviting somebody and their children to come to Critterish Manor and help me present the Critterbox TV segment, which should be great fun because you'll get to meet all the animals and get your face on the wonderful Critterbox TV screen. So who's won? Well, the winning entry came from Alison Jackson, whose daughters Olivia 9 and Celia 6 are both animal crazy, and they think spiders are cute. Who else would think a spider is cute? Took the spider 3 hours to get out of its skin. The spider gets a human out of its skin in a matter of seconds. So that's absolutely fantastic. So Alison, Olivia and Celia, we will be in touch via inbox, and you will be coming to Critterish Manor, you will be meeting all of the animals, and you will be helping me to present Critterbox TV. Congratulations and well done. So until next time, Critterland, I'll hand you back now to Critterbox TV.
This guy is Chloe, and she is a royal python, another of our acquisitions from Doncaster. And she's only a baby, she's only 3 months old. As you can see, she's already nice and thick. At the moment, she's doing what all royal pythons do when they're a little bit nervous, and she's curled into a ball, which is why the other name for royal pythons is ball pythons. These guys come from Africa. They're found pretty much all over Africa, but they're the smallest African python. They're really good for for kids to handle. They're not too big or wieldy. Yeah, so the coastal's going to grow to about 8 or 9 feet. This will only grow about half that size. So she'll be a lovely snake to handle for the kids. Nice one to take into school when they do an Africa topic. This is Synth, and Synth is a Baron's Green racer, an Argentinian snake, a snake that lives in the trees. They are arboreal, which means that they live in the tree canopy, and you can see the elongated scales at the tip of the nose. Very voracious eater. What can I say? Well camouflaged in the trees. Nice colour. I didn't even know I wanted one of these until I saw. Mildly venomous, which means that they have fangs underneath the eyes, just there. Elongated fangs. And these are one of the few rear fang snakes that have actually got a ridge down the fang, which allows the toxic saliva to flow down and into the wound that they give. Now this guy will grow about as big as a corn snake, about 5 or 6 feet, and you can imagine the fangs on a 5 or 6 foot snake being rather large. They're not dangerous to humans. Their bite is more toxic than a lot of rear fang snakes. The bite from this guy will actually cause intense swelling around the area of the bite, and the swelling will also travel up the forearm,
so you can get quite a nasty bite. There was a student that got bitten by one of these guys while he was researching them, and he within an hour his forearm was swollen. Within 48 hours he was better. A snake that you give a great deal of respect to, basically. In the wild they can flatten their bodies and glide from tree to tree, only a short distance, but they can, not a flying snake as such, but they can flatten their bodies so that they can float in the air and travel from tree to tree quite nicely.
CritterboxTV quiz. Earlier on, we asked you, why is a royal python also known as a ball python? And the answer is, dun 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 dun, B. They curl up in a ball if they're nervous. Thanks for watching, everyone.